The national reporting system was something that was monumental for us in Ohio, and I'm sure it was monumental for a number of other states. First, we had to understand what it was, because it was unlike anything that we had been familiar with before in adult education. It defined outcomes and expectations and really priorities for adult education that got our attention in a much different way. We had historically looked at student gains, educational achievement, as many different things as might be possible for an adult to achieve in our programs, but there really wasn't a kind of definition and common language and expectations before the national reporting system. So for the first time, at least in my experience in adult education, it gave me and us and our state a common set of expectations and definitions that really forced us to look at, do we have the capacity to deliver the kinds of expectations that we are going to be reporting on? Do we have the infrastructure available to actually gather the information that's expected in a way that's going to be reportable not just to Washington, but to ourselves and to our local programs? And then also, do we have professional development that is going to support us not only reading about what the changes are and what the definitions are and what we're supposed to do, but actually instruct people as to how to do what they need to do to be able to gather the information correctly and then report it. But we weren't doing it alone. There was a lot of support from AIR. There was a lot of good direction early on. I had the good fortune, or misfortune as the case may be, to have input into the national reporting system and what were the implications to Ohio and to our system. So I feel as though I was part of the birthing process from almost the very beginning. We incorporated some systemic instruments to help implement the national reporting system. One thing that we introduced about 10 years ago, after we really got a handle on the national reporting system, was what we call the desk review. And the desk review is a high-stakes instrument of performance evaluation that we conduct on every program. And it's broken up into two categories: student achievement and other requirements is what Measure 2 is called, and that's basically, did you get reports in on time, did you attend required meetings, etc. But the one of the two elements of the desk review that is weighted most heavily is on student achievement, and that is almost exclusively national reporting system related data. The NRS and our AbleLink accountability system enables us to populate the desk review, particularly Measure 1, for all programs, and we've been using that for 10 years. That's broken up into a 4-tier rating system of exemplary, superior, acceptable, and not acceptable, based upon the percentages that those desk reviews result in. And we've used that to award extra funding for programs. We've used that for evaluation and whom to monitor. We've used that for technical assistance in programs that have been underachieving. So the desk review, and again, founded in the national reporting system elements, has been a great instrument for us to use to really hold all programs accountable in an objective way. Canton City Schools, which is a very large urban district in Stark County in Ohio, has from the very inception of the national reporting system embraced it. They have gotten to the point of sophistication where they use the data from the national reporting system to evaluate adult education personnel. And that is, that's a significant achievement. That is not something that we expected or required, but that's a value that they put in the accuracy and reliability of the data that they were collecting on teachers. So this was something that they were pioneers in. They really helped us understand on a broader scale in Ohio, how can we communicate what is going on in Canton City Schools within the broader audience of other administrators and other teachers. And we got teachers from the Canton City Schools to talk with their peers much more effectively than we could from the state as to the value of accurate reporting, timely reporting. Accountability is something that is part and parcel of our future. And we talk about reinvented adult education, and we talk about transformational change in what we're doing and how we're doing it. We can't do that to the degree that we need to, and we can't tell the story of what we're doing without an ironclad accountability system. And the national reporting system, in my opinion, really is very, very well aligned with the Workforce Investment Act, Title II, and what the law says we are to do and to what degree. Well, the national reporting system and the vocabulary that surrounds it, with the performance expectations of educational gain, GED completion, placement in post-secondary education and training, getting a job and keeping a job, has helped us articulate to decision makers outside of the field of adult education appreciate the value of what we do in adult education. It's also helped us much better quantify what students are doing and what programs are doing around those outcomes. And it really helps our profession better tell the story of adult education and what its greater value is, not only to the state of Ohio, but a local community, much less the country as a whole.